Thank you for coming back to part 2 of Deland, missing Deland. And we had pulled this card here for him won't communicate. And these people really, the big takeaway for me from this card of the Five of Pentacles is that a lot of people say, these people are out suffering kind of in the cold, and they're not doing well. They feel down on their luck. And right next to them is a church. And all they really have to do is go and open that door to the church and ask for help, but they're not asking for help at this moment. They're just out wandering around, feeling down and not reaching out for help. That's the impression I'm getting from him. That really is the impression I'm getting from him. We saw him working through a hard time, making a decision, kind of wandering off foolishly. Or naively, I will say. And then we see him making another decision in the Two of Pentacles that it was a can't communicate. It looks like it's his choice not to communicate. So let's ask for his current mental state, because it sounds like he's really struggling from what I'm seeing. Kenny Deland, current mental state. Now the FBI is in on this, so you would think they would hopefully find him. I'm sure the France authorities are looking for him as well. Can Deland, his current mental state. All right, that's this one. Well, that's the lover. So I don't know what happened with him there. Did he have a girlfriend, or was he rejected by a girl, or was there something to do with a girl? Could be a guy too. Your lover doesn't have to be the opposite sex, and I'm very aware of that. This looks like his current mental state, though. That he's kind of down, wandering off. I'd love to think that he's with someone, having, a good time with someone he considers a lover. Not sure if that's the case, but his mind is on that. Possibly a breakup, or or someone he met there. So let's just ask that. Okay, if that's where his mind is, let's tell us about Ken Deland being with someone else or being by himself. So if he's with somebody else, I'd expect one of those friendship cards, Two of Cups or Six of Cups, things like that. Tell me about Ken Deland being with someone else or being by himself. If I get a singular, ace, something, there's lots of singular cards. Tell us about Ken Deland being with someone else or by himself. Love to think he hooked up with someone. I mean, really, that would be best case scenario. Tell me about Ken Deland being with someone else or being by himself. Well, this is the King of Cups, and it does tell me I don't know, I could go both ways on this one, to be honest with you. King of Cups is ruled by his emotions, so it could be somebody following his emotions and going to meet someone else. I'm going to ask for clarification on that. The King of Cups is a singular card. I think he's being ruled by his emotions right now more than anything, is what I'm seeing. But let me ask about that a little bit more. A lot of emotion right here in the Lovers and the King of Cups. I mean, that's somebody very much ruled by his emotions at this moment. Tell me about Ken Deland being, for the majority of the time that he's off and away, with someone else, or did he go off and away to be by himself? Tell me about that. Please let it be reflected in the card. Okay. We have something in here. Because we did get the Lovers, which means he is thinking about somebody else. Tell me about him actually being with someone else. Or is he off by himself? We got 2 cards here. Let's see what that says. Oh, that's the Ace of Cups. Again, emotions, emotions, emotions. Boy, oh boy. Ace of Cups, and the King of Swords. He very well, because this is my guy card and this is my girl card. And we had the Lovers here, guy and a girl too. He very well may be with somebody else, or he may be thinking of somebody else. King of Cups, very much your emotional guy. It's very possible. This card stands for a man to me, and this is emotions very much, but it can be a woman too. Definitely, the Ace of Cups has stood for a woman for me before. A receptive woman, somebody full of emotions right back. So I think there's a lot more going on than what we realize. If he's not with somebody else, I will say his thoughts, which swords are thoughts, King of Swords being ruled by thoughts, are being ruled with this other person that he has feelings for, and that may very well be why he wandered away. Because you can kind of see two people down in the dumps, and then next card we got the Lovers, and then we've got this King who's full of his emotions and ruled by his emotions. This very much can be a woman card, a very receptive woman, and then we've got, this is my male card. This is a guy. So makes me feel there's a issue there of something going on with him, with someone he had feelings for. If he's not with them, he's upset that things possibly didn't work out, which we might be seeing in this Five of Pentacles. All right, anyway, let's move on. We're going to ask, will he be found? Or will he come back? So, meaning, are they going to track him down and find him, or is he just going to make a phone call and say, hey, I'm over here in Marseille or wherever he went? Let's see if he'll be found. Will Deland be found? Deland, will he be found? Tell us about Deland being found or kind of turning himself in. Yes, he will be found by the police. And there's my police card. Definitely this guy's going to be found. Yep. Good news, good news. It's a matter of time. Let's ask what's going on with him. I think he kind of told us, well, the cards kind of told us. It's not like he's here, but you know what I mean. We kind of got a good insight to that. But what's going on with him right now? Let's just ask. See what the cards, if they have anything to elaborate. Deland, what's going on with him? I feel like it's going to be found pretty soon too, like within, yeah, I don't know. This is just a feeling I have. I haven't pulled a card on it, but I feel like it's going to be found pretty soon. Tell us what's going on with this Deland. Deland, wandering around in the land. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning in his favor right now. I think he's starting to feel better. Got the school thing up there. I think he's planning to return. He's supposed to be leaving, I thought, December 17th to come back to the United States. I think he's going to get back on track. We saw these people studying. Look in the four corners. Everybody's got a book. Look at this guy down here. Sitting in front of his books, sitting in front of their books, study away. I think he's going to return to his old life and get back on the ball and get back to where he's thinking, you know, with his brain instead of his emotions. We've got the brainy guy up here. I think things are going to turn soon. Like I said, that's what I feel. And the Wheel of Fortune just confirms that to me. So let's give some advice to searchers. This is a nice reading. I like when they come out positive. Advice to searchers. I mean, I didn't get anything that said terrible, and I guess he could be found not in a good state, but that's kind of not the feeling I'm getting. And I'm not going to ask that because that wouldn't be right for his family. Advice to searchers. Just looks like a guy who went through a hard time and wandered away to me. All right, keep looking. This guy wants to hide. He wants to be a magician, right? Magician hides things, even himself. Got a cup on the table. He's being ruled by his emotions again. We've seen that before. And we've got the Nine of Wands. So he's being kind of protective of himself too. He's feeling wounded at this moment. We saw that kind of down on his luck in the Five of Pentacles. He's feeling a little wounded here and protective of himself, like he just needs, I feel, time away. I feel like things just got too much for him. But he also has, yeah, like he's been hurt or whatever, you know, these emotions, these feelings. He just wants to be, sometimes people just want to be away, and that's not the worst thing in the world. All right, so let's ask, where is he now? Where is Deland now? Where is he now? Tell us about where he is now. Deland. Where is he now? So we're just asking for cards to depict kind of his location. And I know nothing about France, so this really isn't going to mean much to me, but maybe there's a card here that can help. It's this very first one. That's the Knight of Wands. That to me is he's still wandering. Knight of Wands can have a sexual connotation to it. Somebody that is out on adventures. That is a possibility with him, honestly. And then we're going to ask for the closest landmark that people would notice. Closest noticeable landmark that people would know. So when I say that, you know, sometimes in a town you say you go down to the lake, which is, you know, 5 miles down, you make a right. Whatever that is. Closest noticeable landmark that people around would understand to where he's at. Closest noticeable landmark. All right, let's see what we have here. Closest noticeable landmark. Okay, it's these two. Well, this is the Six of Cups. So that always reminded me like of a little castle or something in the background. It looks like, and this is a queen. So is there, I don't know, what do they have in France? A queen's castle or something of that nature? It's interesting. I get this card a lot for when I ask for where someone can be found, or landmarks. It's really interesting. But I will leave that with people that live there, know that place, and know, because this reminds me of a castle, and this is a queen. So what is kind of royalty that in days past, what might be preserved that people can visit, something like that? That's kind of what I'm getting. Even maybe nowadays it's like a museum or just a place where people are welcome. But I feel like it's a place that's kind of like this place is actually on guard. There's a guard there, kind of keeping watch of it. So a place that's kind of under watch and stuff. You guys know that better than I do, so I'll leave that up to you. Anyway, it looks like a touristy place where people might visit. I will just leave this reading for people. I do feel like this kid's going to be found. I didn't get any terrible cards saying anything horrible about him, just that he feels kind of damaged inside a little bit and he wanted to disappear is what I see. So we'll see. We'll see what actually happens. This is part 2. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.